Hello everybody, thank you for joining me again. My name is Tiffany and I use tarot to help people find fresh alternatives to their tired issues. Today, this is your weekly reading for the week of May 11th to the 17th, 2020. While I am shuffling the cards, I'd like you to take a nice deep breath and get centered. And you are thinking, what do I need to know so I can have the best possible week next week? What messages do I need to hear so I can have the best week? Okay, let us figure this out. So the first card that we're going to look at represents the past leading up to now. This can be as recent as 5 minutes ago, a week ago, a month, a year, or however far back in the past, whatever this situation resonates with you. But we are starting with one of my favorite cards, the Fool. I love this card because this guy represents our sense of adventure and our excitement and our passion to get up and go do something exciting and new. And you can see it's all over this guy. He's like up with the sun in the morning. He's just come out of his cave. He's excited to start the day. So excited that he doesn't even notice that he's about to step right off a cliff into the unknown. But he's okay with stepping off of cliffs. He's okay with the unknown because he knows that's an inherent part of every journey. So for us, this represents something new that has come into our lives, that has started, and it's something that we are learning about. Now, if you watched my video a couple weeks ago, the weekly reading called Plant the Seeds of Your Passion, that a couple weeks ago I was saying it's time to start a new project. What's that thing you want to do that you love? Well, if you started something, then this guy is saying congratulations. And if you haven't, then he's reminding you to do so, and it's not too late to start. And if you're not project-oriented or new direction-oriented right now, then this definitely represents the life conditions all around us right now with all our health and safety concerns. Regardless of how you feel about it, doesn't matter what side of the fence you're on, it has thrust us all on a new path right now, and we all are having ups and downs that the likes of which we've never seen before, right? So that's the energy from the past up to now. This next section that I'm going to flip over, which actually has 3 cards today, this represents other influences around this situation with the Fool, how we started here. Okay, well, we've got some interesting things. I'm going to start with these 2 cards. We've got the Knight of Swords and the Knight of Pentacles. Now, these are 2 very opposite energies. We'll start with the Knight of Pentacles. Now, every knight is on a quest. He's on a journey. He's searching for something, and he'll go for it tirelessly, relentlessly. And with the Knight of Pentacles, this is a very slow-moving energy. It's very methodical, very thought-out, cautious, and well-planned. This knight isn't going to make any moves unless he's got every possible alternative mapped out. Very organized, very type A. You might recognize yourself in this. As opposed to these bad boys. Yeah, check these guys out. These are the guys your mama warned you not to hang around with. But, not because these guys are bad. They're not malicious, but they are very excited and sometimes a little impulsive. But you can see, like, their horse is rearing backwards, can't wait to get going. There's a storm coming, and they're still like, charge! Where are we off to next? We'll figure it out when we get there. So if this is in regards to a project, something that you started a couple weeks ago, then you might not be sure which approach to take, or you might clearly be taking one or more of these approaches to it. And if this isn't about something that you've consciously started, if this is, then this refers to our life conditions once again. We are in very we as a society, we've always been polarized, and very much so in the last few years. And now it's as easy as going outside and seeing like who's wearing a mask and who's not. And that kind of says it all right there. And it doesn't matter which side of the fence you're on, like I said earlier, it doesn't matter. But it's a confusing time. We don't really know what the right answers are. And in the middle of all this, and because of all this, has also appeared in what's influencing us, dun dun dun, the Death card. Now, I say it like that because I just put out a video on Wednesday all about the Death card and what it means, and that it doesn't mean that anyone's actually going to die, but it does mean very big life changes. So check out the video if you missed it. Big life changes, whether we like it or not, whether we agree with it or not, whether we believe it or not, we're all subject to these big changes. And the easier time we have surrendering to change, surrendering those things from the past that we may have loved dearly, but we have to let go, then the quicker we can figure out how to move to our next place in life. But right now, there's just, between the newness and the big changes, it's really challenging to navigate. And if you started it's hard to figure out what's the future going to be like. I mean, jobs and money and everything else. Oh my God. And I just started a new project because you told me to a couple weeks ago. What do I do? I'll tell you what to do. Chop wood. What else would you do? I'll explain, don't worry. But first, let's look at this picture. It is beautiful. I love this. It's so humble and gorgeous at the same time. I mean, have you ever seen a more beautiful broom? If my broom had that beautiful ribbon hanging off of it, I might be inspired to pick it up and sweep more often. I don't know. But the meaning of the chop wood card is specifically to stop focusing on the big picture. Stop thinking about the future. Stop looking at all the different parts that need to be in place before this thing can go. Whether it's a project that you started, a job that you're looking to get, or just waiting for this craziness around us to all be over, the chop wood card says stop looking at the big picture, zoom in on something small, on the thing that's right in front of you that needs to be taken care of. What is that thing? And I'm talking, it can be real small. Do you need to go wash your dishes, for example? Or if you started a project from the planting the seeds of your passion, do you need to write an email? Okay, is that your next step? I'm talking, what's the next thing that you need to do right now? And you give that your full attention. And because it's the little things right now that are going to build the foundation for something bigger down the line. But we don't know what that is yet. None of us do. So it's best to just focus on the tasks that are right in front of us and do them with our whole heart. Now, let's see what our Angel Answer Oracle card is. All right. Aha. All right. Meditation brings answers. Now, before the hackles on the back of your neck go up at the word meditation, just stick with me for a minute. All right. Let me explain. Now, this doesn't have to be the long, involved, intense meditation that, most people are like, I can't do it. Unless, of course, if you're really into meditation and you've got a system down, then go for it. There's your answer. You know what this means. Now, if you're someone who's like, I can't meditate and I hate it and everything else, I understand. This still applies to you. Let's go back to chopping wood. Let's go back to the example of, do you need to just wash your dishes? Is that the next thing you might need to do right now? Something that small? Well, while you're washing those dishes, you're not off in your head thinking about Lucy and Tom and the love triangle they're involved in. No, you are thinking about the dishes, the warm water, how it feels on your hands, the contrast of the hard ceramic bowl and the soft washcloth as you wash it out. Like, that's presence. And in those moments of presence, that is meditation. Do you need to write that email? Is that how you're going to chop wood? Well, you give that email your entire attention and feeling and thought behind it and consideration behind it. And that's meditation. So anything that we're doing right now, that we're giving our full attention to, that's keeping us in the present and we can stay focused on, one, that's good because we're chopping wood, and that's all we can do right now is focus on the small tasks. And as we're focusing on the small tasks, we are staying present, and that's how we clear the way in our busy, busy mind for the answers to come, so that we actually know what's the best way for us to do things, so that we know the answer, so that when we have our falls, when we're confronted with the big life changes, we've got something small and steady that we can rely on. Wow, powerful stuff. It's really speaking, I feel like, to like our broader situation as well as smaller things within our situation. Well, if you have any questions about this, or you'd like to know more about how these energies are playing out in your life, please book a reading with me at tiffanylives.com. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Leave any questions or comments that you have in the section below. And I'll see you back at the blog. I'll see you next week. Have a great week. Bye.